Hi guys, it's Jen, Willowin, Thrifty Witch. I have to say thank you to Simon, who was like the first person to do my tag video. And I thought that was just great. He stalled for a long time before spitting it out. But I really think it's kind of a catharsis. And that we can help each other through it. As long as, you know, you're not in debt and using money that you should be using for something else, I think in the long run it's okay. Not that you should be a hoarder, but, you know, I don't do a lot of other stuff. I don't go out to bars. I don't do all that stuff. So this is my addiction. It's all my witchy stuff. I have to say, did you guys try these new Cokes? So this is Zesty Blood Orange Diet Coke. The flavors are great. The cherry and the mango one was really good. I haven't tried this one yet. Really good. I really like these a lot. Anyways, so I wanted to come on kind of as a second part to my confessions video, because, well, first of all, I got another deck in, and I went to go to Savers this morning, because it's the weekend and, you know, on my pay weekend, so every other weekend I kind of usually go to Savers to look for witchy books and stuff that I can put in my altar kits and that kind of stuff. So I went there. There's two, like I'm kind of in the middle of two, so I have to drive about 15-20 minutes either way. But I hadn't been to the one in a town we call Henrietta in months, because I usually go to the Webster one, because I know that store better. I think it's, I don't know, it's just on my side of town and stuff. So I went to the other one, and they closed it. And I was unbelievable. I'm like, okay, wow. So I had two options, and I went to Savers to try to be good, because the other option is my local witchy shop, my local metaphysical store, was having a psychic fair. They do it once a month. And I knew that I would get more decks if I went there. So I took it as a sign that I was supposed to then go to the metaphysical store. And I ended up with three more decks. And a book, which I bought a used book. Grandmothers Counseled the World. And the woman who owns the shop, anybody who works there can consign like witchy stuff, metaphysical stuff, so books and stuff. So I only paid $2 for this book that is like in perfect shape. And it's 13 indigenous grandmothers who, I love this. I'm so excited. This book sounds so good. We are deeply concerned with the unprecedented destruction of our Mother Earth, the atrocities of war, the global scourge of poverty, the prevailing culture of materialism. It's kind of what this video is about. The epidemics that threaten the health of our Earth's peoples and the destruction of the indigenous way of life. We, the International Council of 13 Indigenous Grandmothers, believe that our ancestral ways of prayer, peacemaking, and healing are vitally needed today. We believe that the teachings of our ancestors will light our way through an uncertain future. Whew, that hits me right there. So to hear their stories I can't wait to delve in. And I paid $2 because it was on the shelf, the consigned shelf. And sometimes I've bought used decks and stuff for like $10. So it's a really good shelf. So I bought 3 decks, a couple of which, although I think this deck is The Power of Flowers, an archetypal journey through nature. And it was out of print, and I think this is the newest print. But apparently a lot of people really like this, because if you try to find this deck online, it's impossible to find, and people are selling it for ungodly amounts of money. The one thing I really like about going into the actual physical brick building store at my metaphysical shop is that if you know what you're looking for, even if it's an out-of-print deck, she will sell it for whatever she sold it for. Anyways, it doesn't matter if it's out of print or not. She is not there to, you know, gouge people of money or anything. If it's sat on the shelf for a couple of years, it's sat on the shelf for a couple of years. So I paid $17.95 for this deck when I cannot find it for less than 40 bucks, like anywhere right now. So I don't know if even the new one is out of print, or if it's just harder to find right now, or what. But so I was really excited to get that deck. I finally broke down and got the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. I have wanted that for a while, and I keep picking it up and putting it back down. Picking it up. I got the pocket sized, though. So I didn't spend as much money, because as long as I have my glasses on, I can see the images very well. And I got another deck that, again, this is an out-of-print deck that I cannot find this deck for... there are some people that are... Some people are ridiculous. I'm really tired of looking online and trying to find, like, the Fallen Angels Oracle. I'm not spending $300 on a deck. I'm sorry, a deck that was like 20 bucks to begin with. I'm not doing that. I guess I'm not supposed to have the Fallen Angels. I really like the artwork of that deck. I'm not supposed to have it, because there ain't no way I'm spending $300. But anyways, this deck also, I've seen like $140 for this deck, and $300. There was I think it's eBay or something like that, had it for like $395. Come on. This is the Ancient Feminine Wisdom of Goddess and Heroines deck by Kay Stevenson, excuse me, and Brian Clark. It came out in 2007, and I paid $24 whole dollars. I love my metaphysical shop. See, so I get deals. I'm, you know, thrifty witch. I do look for deals, and that's one thing I have to say is look at your local metaphysical shop and see if you can get deals or not. I will try to do kind of quick unboxings. Now, these are older decks, guys. Most of the decks that I got are older decks, so I'm not going to probably do long walkthroughs of them unless I can't find a lot. If I cannot find at least 2 videos or 3 videos on the decks that I get, then I'll do a more in-depth walkthrough. But I'm not going to do it on decks that you can find their walkthroughs anywhere. So yes, I got that, and for me, every time I go to my local metaphysical shop, I have to get black chime candles, because it's hard to find black chime candles, and I can pay 50 cents a piece. So I bought $3 worth of black chime candles that I use black. Oh, yeah, I paid $3 for all of these, so 2, 4, 6. I use black for a lot of my intentions. It's not a dark thing. It's just, for me, black means either banishing, which is a darker intention, but trying to get rid of, like when I'm doing weight loss spells and stuff, anything that I'm taking something away. I use the black because it's the absence of color, and anything that, you know, I'm trying to do something more, I use white because it's the presence of all color. This is something that is going in Jennifer Ball's kit, but you didn't see that. Not kit, I mean her box thing that's going out this week, I hope. Okay. Yes. Oh, so the deck that came in the mail is Visconti, the Golden Visconti Tarot. I decided that I want to, because after I'm done with my wand study, or probably during, I'm going to really start delving into, do I have it here? Yes. Tom Benjamin's book. And so I wanted to get a couple more pip decks. I have a couple, but I wanted to get a couple because I get bored really easily with just one deck. And so I have to have a couple different options. Because if I don't have a couple different options, I get bored. I'm terrible. I have ADD. I do, you know, switch through my decks quite a bit. Usually there's one or two that stay with me for months. And then I just kind of pick up whatever deck floats my boat for the day. So I wanted to have a couple pip decks to choose from, depending on what my mood was. And now I have a couple. I have the Steampunk Tarot, which is the blue box. And I can't remember if that's Barbara Moore or if that's the other one. I think Barbara Moore is the other one. I did a video on the walkthrough on the one I bought, which was a pip deck. And at the time I was like, oh, it's a pip deck. Now I'm like, oh, good, it's a pip deck. So, but this one, I really wanted a flashy deck. Maybe I was feeling Trump. That's so bad. But I wanted something with the gold foil on it. So that's the backs, which are just so gorgeous. This deck is so gorgeous. And I'm not going to go through them all, but you can see the gold foil on there and how absolutely, let me find, so you know. See, if it's going to be a pip deck, I won't mind it as long as I still think it's pretty and there's some flash to it and there, you know, it's a pretty deck with the gold foil that makes it pretty. So I'm good. But here's the Knave of Pentacles. It's pretty. So it'll make me feel like I'm not depriving myself. I know that sounds like terrible. And I think I really like pip decks. I think I'm going to really, really, really enjoy pip decks. Because simple is better for me. I think I was talking about this on another video. One of my favorite decks is Pagan Otherworlds, which is almost a pip deck. It's like that in between. It's got the pips on there and then just a little bit of a scene to give me a hint in the background. I love that. That's why I love that deck. So as soon as I get used to the pip decks, I think I'm really going to like them a lot. So this starts the, ooh, don't fall on me. This starts the majors. So that's the Fool. Magician. The High Priestess. I don't have my glasses on. Sorry, guys. But look at how beautiful with the gold foil, guys. I just, whew, you know, how can you go wrong? It's like a flashy deck. I won't call it a hooker deck because it's too elegant to be a hooker deck. But you gotta like the bling. So I'm sure a lot of people have done this, but I do want to take a quick peek because I do not know. Oh, like here's Strength. What a beautiful Strength card. Hanged Man. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at that Death card. I did not look, I'll be honest, I did not look this deck up very much other than I knew I wanted a pip deck and I knew I wanted that foil. So I really have not seen these images because it used to be, if it was a pip deck, I kind of shied away from it. Not anymore, thanks to Tom Benjamin. Ooh, look at that devil. How cool. Cool, 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 cool. Tower. So, loving this deck. So that is so that means now, okay, so in a span of 3 or 4 days, I have now gotten 13 decks. Or paid for 13 decks. I haven't gotten 13. As a matter of fact, 3 of my decks are going to be a couple weeks because I ordered from Everyday Magic because I really wanted the Anima Monday deck, and she is sold out right now. So I kind of looked around to see what shops had the Anima Monday still in stock. And when I went to that shop, I also picked up the Oracle of the Oddities, the 3rd edition, because I don't have the 3rd edition yet, and I do want it, and I know it's getting harder to find. So I picked that up, and I also picked up the Antique Anatomy because it really flows well together with the Oracle of the Oddities, and that is getting harder and harder to find also. And she emailed me and wanted to know the antique, what did I just say? The antiques, what is it? Anatomy. Whew, my brain is fried. The Antique Anatomy deck is not in stock, and they ordered another set. So it's going to take them a couple weeks to get in, and she wanted to know if I wanted just to have a refund and they would let me know when it was in, or if I wanted to wait for all 3 decks to come in together, and then she would ship them out all at once. And I kind of joked when I wrote her back, because I said, so I either have to take this as a message from the gods to only live with 2 decks and buy that other deck that has been sitting in my Etsy cart for a little while, or that I have to be patient and not, I can't believe I'm saying this, and not, you know, go crazy and wait a couple weeks. So I said, I'm going to take it as a sign that I need to learn some patience, and I just don't send anything to me until you get everything together. So it's going to take me a couple weeks to get those 3 decks in. As a part of my confession, I will say that I went back anyways and bought the deck that I had in my Etsy cart anyways. This is cathartic. I'm getting it out. Okay, so that's it. But that was including the 10. I included that in the 10. So, but I just didn't say how that deck came about. Okay, now that I'm all read. All right, this video is done. Tonight I'm going to do the Wands study. Between 8 and 8:30, I'll be on live for the 5 of Wands. Yay! Don't forget that if you do a VR to the Confessions of a Tarot Addict tag, you will be put into the bin to win a commissioned piece of art. This is my husband's art wall. A commissioned piece from my husband of your favorite tarot card. So I want to see those videos. I'm going to go back and watch some more right now. So blessings, guys. I'll see you tonight or whenever.